Let's fight. Power. Space. Adventure. Danger. Nature. Resources. Live. Sidus Heroes.
Hello guys, today is GeekFi and we're on DeFeed channel, and as usual on Sundays we are reviewing the major events and plans over the XENNA and over the Sidus Heroes and over the TembAzar in the future. So all of this about the Sidus Metaverse and the whole gaming stuff which we have for all of the week. So today I will show you some interesting stuff, and I will share with you our plans on the next week, because it's very important for you guys to understand what we will be going and what we'll be doing actually the next week. So the next week I've just if nothing changes, I would be how would say that the next week will be the week of GameFi, because we will be playing a lot of stuff here and we're preparing for the major updates. Yeah, so usually I would be starting with the Sidus price. So this week was rather stable, but on the few days it was just making a drop stuff. So it was a good chance to buy it on the lower and then sell it, for example, on these levels. Yeah, so if you are trading and if you are doing trades as well. So we still believe, and we're still waiting the alt season. I believe that the coin will behave better on this time. Okay, so moving next, guys, two major updates. So next week we will be starting with the gem hunting event. So it should be held out of May 25, but it was postponed and we're waiting it starting from tomorrow. So tomorrow we will just be ready to play with it and get our gem hunts. So we will be trying to get gem boxes with gems, and actually we will count as how much will have earned there. So it's play to earn game, and we will be earning these gems. So and then I suppose these gems will be investing in the modules, of course. Okay, so the one more new stuff here is that the drop chance of these gems actually depends on how much Sidus coins do you have in your game wallet. So at the beginning of the event, I would put some of Sidus coins into the game, and then we will be able to just have nice drop there. So I've got around 800,000 of Sidus coins, and I believe that I would be in this category, so 25% chance. I believe it's a good percent, and we can win some of this stuff there. So let's see what's happening next. Okay, so let me see. So I have one legendary and two epics. So we will be so the gem box type will be dependent on the consistent of my team, and I of course want to have some legendary stuff there, but who knows, maybe I would be I would be lucky enough. So as you can see with, for example, armor, so you can see our previous stream, so I was rather lucky because the drop chance was a little bit higher for me, especially in comparison with the stated one. Yeah, okay. So and one important to know that team bonus will not be off for the time of the event, but it doesn't influence on the gem hunting in any way. Scholars are not allowed, and no game boosters are valid for the gem hunting event. So actually this is pure stuff here, so nothing will boost our chances, and we can do this actually in the whole week, so 5 days. So we will get ready and show you how we are going to do this. And I must remember you guys that the next week is the week in which we believe we will have been ending the hate base event, and we are waiting the speedrun event. Yeah, so and we are waiting pen based tournament and challenge tournament. So everything will be going on this summer. So we are preparing for these events, and of course, guys, we will make the live streams about the game and about the stuff and other thing. Okay, so okay, what else here? So the major update of the XENNA this week was the Google Play Store expanding. So the app was finally available for download on the Google Play Store, and we thank you for the patience and are happy to introduce the game on the new platform. This opened the new opportunities, and actually I've spotted some new players here, and I believe that they will be very happy with the game, and retention will be staying on the best stuff. So and the tournament access, so the major update there was not only with the new tournaments and other stuff, but the major update of the tournaments will be and is right now that we have 3 free battles and 3 paid battles. So actually maximum of 6 games you can play within the tournament. So you've seen that sometimes it's enough to have 3 battles. Sometimes you need to just take this one ticket to you. And for the recent days, there were some, glitchy moments with this new update. And actually, we just had some free of these tickets on your account. So I believe that it's a good intention when the developers will provide some bonuses when you're playing and have issues with the gameplay. Okay, so what else here is the most important, that the hate based tournament, so with the XHR hates robot parts, So we'll be ending at the 1st of June. Maybe they will prolong it for a few days, maybe, yeah, because we have experience with some glitchy moments. So yeah, I believe that you have still a chance to get this one because we have few days to play around this game, and if you will be able to get some of the parts, so in future other players who get more parts than they needed, for example me, would be able to sell them or to transfer them for those who hasn't. So guys, take your chance to get in the tournaments and win some of these shards, and do not be very sad if you will not unlock the robot, because I believe that Adam is a basic robot you have on the XENNA, have enough power to compete with other guys. Okay, so, and the starter pack for welcome newcomers. You've seen that I've just transferred some gems, some G ore into the game, and I'm still waiting till they will provide the valid position, because every time 3 golden cards are changing within the shop update. So I'm waiting till I've got the most suitable stuff for me, actually. But you can, for example, if you're a newbie, you can buy any of these packs, and you will be boosting your account in very big, how would say, way. Yeah, so maybe we will prepare some educational stuff, how fast you can get to the late gameplay if you just will buy all this stuff. Okay, the ground power balance. They increased the number of G cells and number of shards you are getting from the robots. So right now it's more easier to get more shards, and you can play actually whole day long and getting the shards. For example, if you have not just one robot but several robots, yeah. So if you have just one Adam robot, so it will take you, for example, half an hour to play with, and repeat it 6 times a day. So you will be happy, and your Adam will be progressing as well. So okay, so we're preparing for this event. Now we will get to the Sidus Heroes, and actually they have a couple interesting things that I've just spotted. So the first one is a couple of the infographics which were shared by some of the publics. So the first one is play turn daily. So let's look at this. The Sidus is among top 10 blockchain games with the highest engaged social communities on the Ethereum. So it was on the 22nd May. So the social communities, I don't know how do they just count these communities, but actually it competes right now with such big guys as Fluke, Ape, Naka, Emma from the Central End, Stepin, and Gala Games, of course, and other stuff. So we will be just watching what's interesting will be there, of course. And the next one is the top AI ecosystem coins by social activity. So the Sidus Heroes is among top 10 as well. So the social dominance, I don't know how. So the social dominance calculates the share of voice across all the social media. So it has great results, social engagement and social mentions. So very good stats here. I can only congratulate these guys with it. Okay, so and 2 more interesting stuff here. So the first one is and the second one is the 2 awesome interviews. I will show you them. I suppose they're not very big, so we can watch it right now and support the project like watching it right now. Let's watch it and see what do they show us.
The marker to be dead this year. So the bearish sentiment basically of last year, which we had so many black swan events. For me, I was always bullish. I was buying the dip aggressively, as you all know, at 7 figures plus. And for me, I always knew that after all that destruction of last year, we were going to have a bullish year. So for me, I've got my bags in. I've been buying aggressively, obviously, Sidus. And I think this year we're going to have, you know, a fantastic movement. We've got the Bitcoin halving, which is in February, March next year. Historically, we're always looking at the bull run to start 6 months prior. So for me, you know, I think we're in the green for this year. It's going to be chop. It's Bitcoin. It's high risk. You know, the whole market, altcoins are high risk, especially low caps. But nevertheless, if you diversify and you've got a nice balanced portfolio, you know, it's a win-win in my opinion. You know, a lot of projects are down 90%, 95%. So, you know, in my opinion, it's a win-win, but obviously not financial advice.
Absolutely. Okay, so what was your best decision last year?
Okay, so last year was buying a dip. That was basically, it was terrifying in some ways, even with so many years experience. For me, buying a dip is always the hardest. I promised myself, I went into stables heavy with, you know, with $3.5, $4 million in November 2021. And my promise to myself was I wasn't going to make the same mistakes twice. So I promised myself when CNN and Fox News was going to call crypto a scam, for me that was a buying signal. When I seen that people were getting angry at me on Twitter for even posting stuff and the engagement was down, that was a buy signal as well. So I was buying aggressively, but I went underwater a huge amount for a period of time. But then January for me was just unbelievable. I mean, it was my best month since probably Q3, Q4 of 2021.
Okay, that's clear. Well, talking about the bad decisions you made for last year, what are those?
Bad decisions. Let me think. Well, I bought into a few projects last year that didn't really do anything. Alliance Block, fantastic project, but I bought like a significant amount and I got hacked, so I lost quite a bit on that. For me, I got really heavily involved with NFTs. Now, I love the Solana NFT community. I've got to say that because I've got a big following. But for me, I spent probably around $250,000 on NFTs that are worth a fraction of that now. So probably, and no disrespect to the Solana community, I love OK Bears, I love all you guys. But, you know, I have lost out on my NFT buys massively. So that's probably one of the worst, but I'm hoping that's going to bounce back.
And talking about the biggest challenge, what is it going to be for this year for you?
The biggest challenge is going to be just to remain positive throughout. You know, after many, many years of trading prior to crypto, and then obviously since 2016 full time, I've sort of hardened to the swings, which are, you know, quite hard to get used to at first. But the biggest challenge is to make sure that I stay active, I stay positive throughout the ups and downs. Make sure that all the projects like yourself, I've got it all on my SafePal, which my hardware wallets. It's probably the easiest way to do it because obviously, even for me, it gives me diamond hands. So yeah, just to keep positive throughout the year, keep on researching, keep myself informed with the market and keep it active.
Okay, now another question, more of a personal opinion. What do you think of the Sidus Heroes Metaverse?
Unbelievable. I'm not just saying this, but you guys are unbelievable. I mean, I basically come across this project not that long ago. And one thing that shocked me the most was the market cap. I know you guys don't want to talk about the market capitalization or price. Most of my followers, I'd probably say over 30% of my followers, well over 30,000, are all from my Blocktopia call in 2021. So I was voted leader of the Block Army, unanimous by maybe 15,000 to 20,000 people at that point. I called Blocktopia Block when I got listed on KuCoin. It's on 38x. I put in 100k the day I got listed and I made a lot of money. But for me, I'm so excited about Blocktopia. But this, for me, is, you know, I hate to say it, but, you know, another level up. And the reason being is that you're so far advanced in a lot of other projects where you're at. And for a market cap of what you got, you know, it's a no-brainer to get in heavy at this point. Obviously, everything's a risk. But for me, I am super bullish. And being here with Dan, yourself, and you guys, you're all real. You're not AI. You know, you're not robots. Yeah, yeah, mate, you're all cool, and you all got one thing in common, and that's the passion you've got for Sidus. The passion you've got, it oozes out here, which makes me even more bullish, if it could be.
So what trends of the year are you looking forward to for 2023?
The big one's AI at the moment, obviously. GameFi, you've got Metaverse. It's all in all, it gets people excited. We've got it's quite an immature marketplace, yeah? And there's a lot of young people invested also. So, GameFi, Metaverse all fits in. But then the older investors are jumping on the bandwagon, a bit like me. But for me, I'm a big gamer. I've been gaming since I was 5 years of age, so 40 years now. It's a long time. So for me to buy into what you guys are doing, at this point, I feel blessed. I feel blessed.
Okay, and the last question is, what would be your dream to see during the year 2023 or just in the crypto market?
Well, okay, for me, in all honesty, it's past the financial side. Obviously, I expect huge gains this year, and I'm banking on it, so to speak, and that's why I've invested so much. But I'm at a level now where it's how much money is enough, sort of thing. So for me, it's about enjoying the community, enjoying the growth up. The journey is always the most exciting. When you're actually at the point where you've accomplished it, it gets a bit boring. So I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to all the trends. I'm looking forward to the ups and downs. I'm looking forward to educating my community. There's a lot of new investors there, and even though I always say to research and never tell them what to buy ever, that would be highly irresponsible. I just say what I am doing. I have to still give advice on the basics. Hold things a little bit longer than a week. You're not going to get a Lambo after a day, one of them. So yeah, for me, it's sort of morphed into the community for me and helping them, keeping them positive throughout.
Okay, then. So it was the first interview, what was holding with Meadows T. So he's one of the advisors of the project. So it's really great stuff and great things he's just providing. So I completely share with this thoughts with you guys, and we need to see another one interview. I want to point with you. Okay, where is it? I've just lost it. Yeah. So with the Animoca Ventures head J.K. Jones. So let's see it again. Yeah, and
I think the trends this year that we're seeing from a venture side of it, we're seeing a lot of great builders coming out from developed markets like China, really real hyperscalers, if you will. People that are building or that have experience in building companies that have scaled to 100, 200, 300 million users. They're all coming out to this sector, which is very exciting for us in this bear market. They have fundamentals and they have one of the deep tech understanding, and understanding how to build for scale is something that the industry is very much lacking. Last year, we had a couple of really good decisions. Obviously, we put a position into Yuga Labs with the actual Bored Ape Yacht Club. We invested in a couple of apes as well too. That was one of our wins. We also put a check into Layer Zero, one of the leaders in the Omni-chain solution. So several great winners on the team. We have a good dozen or two strong winners. I think the mistakes in venture is very common. I think really placing bets on founders, but obviously the investment environment changed considerably given FTX, Luna, Three Arrows, etc. I think that was unexpected because a lot of builders expected raising funds to be very easy. But we're now back in a bear market where it's very tough to raise funds. So some of our portfolio companies are struggling to gain more access to funds to build. Predominantly, I think it's just the time horizon. How do you manage if you don't have enough run rate? The challenge this year really is growing the team, really spreading the team around the key markets. I think China is going to be a very important market. Japan is opening up. Southeast Asia still holds the youngest audience. And predominantly our companies are in the US, right? I think synergizing our ecosystem network effect is going to be really key to driving successes for the long term. Traditional VCs should be getting into the space and understanding the impact of what decentralization, some of the emerging technologies that will be uplifting and removing the friction. I think this sector is here for good. And I think from 2018 to now, the sector has expanded considerably. But we do need to add another 50 to 100 million users for the sector to grow exponentially. Sidus Heroes, one of our early investments from groups. We're seeing a lot of development. Today was the first chance to meet them in person. We've seen the progress, what they've done from day one to now. But we're still very excited to see how they launch. For Venture Partner, our key goal is to really align them with our ecosystem to maximize our network effects, to help them grow and thrive in this ecosystem. I think ventures in our lens is really the pulse of Animoca. I started obviously investing in balance sheet in 2018. We had the ability to spot and be part of some of the most eclectic sort of brands in Web3, including Axie, Sandbox, OpenSea, where some of them were my deals. And because of the lens that we've seen, we also had the ability to invest in Magic Eden. So in a short time period from 2018 to now, to 2022, we've seen over a dozen companies become multi-billion-dollar value. That lens is very important to us, not only for the financial gains, but really for the lens of how we build for the future. I think that's the strength. Having been there built in the last bear market gives us the ability to identify key builders, and most importantly, how do you connect it to the ecosystem and the network effects. I can help you bring users, not just a check. So we're the Builders VC fund in Web3. We want to be part of the builder community and really sort of extrapolate that value to grow together. I think one of the key things that we're seeing in this sector is it needs to be an advancement in wallet technology. Wallets, in our eyes, are going to be the glue to driving commerce. And part of that commerce, I think, is tied to on-chain, right? So in a Web2 environment, wallets are very closed because users don't share data. In a Web3 environment, user data is shared because it's on-chain. So we're actually about to make 3 investments in different wallet technologies four. We have 4 investments that we have considered to invest in that will drive the future engagement of users. And I think that's the key point to removing friction for onboarding the next 10, 20 million users. I think everything that it goes in cycles. We enjoy the ups and the downs, the bear market, the bull market. I think witnessing it, experiencing it is a great to garner that experience. For me, is to see the acceleration and obviously great games, great users. I think what we've done today in our demonstration with the Digital Demai, we brought some of the best companies together to demonstrate what they're building. And all these are thought leaders and visionaries. You know, it was a future report. So how do we predict the future? I think one of the things I would love to be a part of is making bets to founders that build the future.
Okay, guys. So it was amazing interviews. So you can watch them rewatch them from the Twitter, from the Sidus, or just go for their YouTube directly. So I believe it was nice. And the last news that for some of the early believers, so as we are, the guys from the development just provided these awesome legendary gem box because they just had some problems with the XENNA investment, so we haven't get an opportunity to invest in on the first time because they just relaunched them, and we've got just the complimentary here. So it's sometimes it's very good to be an early believer in crypto, so you can get some magic drop there. Okay, so I believe that it was very short news break review of the week on the SIDUS Metaverse, and I believe that it would be nice to see what will be happening next week. So it's very short because we're preparing for the next week, and the next week we will be huge attending to all the events that will be provided. So guys, nearly each day we will be just providing awesome stuff live here on our channel. So subscribe, take the green button. So waiting you tomorrow and day after tomorrow, the whole week. So guys, see you, love you all guys, bye bye.